Thinking about hiring a virtual assistant for your real estate business? Smart move if you do it right. A VA can take a ton off your plate, help you stay organized, and free up your time so that you can focus on income producing activities. But if you hire the wrong person, or worse, you hire without a plan, you'll end up wasting time and money. Been there, done that. So today I'm going to walk you through the exact steps of hiring a VA the right way, what tasks to delegate, where to find a great VA, and how to make sure they're the perfect fit for your real estate business. Hey there, I'm Amanda Davidson, a real estate agent here in Northern Virginia, and this channel is all about growing your real estate business without ever making a cold call or knocking on a random door. If that's something that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I release a new video every single week. First things first, do you actually need a VA? If you are spending hours every day on non-income generating activities, then yes, you probably need some help. Here are a few signs that it's time to bring in a VA. You are spending hours on marketing tasks instead of closing deals. You are drowning in admin work, the emails, the scheduling, the CRM updates. You're missing out on leads because you don't have time to follow up. Hiring a VA is not about spending more money. It's actually about making more money by freeing up your time to focus on income producing activities. So if this sounds like you, chances are it's time to bring in some help. Let's talk about what a VA can do for you. Number 2, what to delegate to a VA. Before you even think about hiring a virtual assistant for your real estate business, you need to get crystal clear on what it is you want them to do. These are a few ideas of tasks that you can delegate to your VA. Admin support, scheduling, CRM management, getting emails out, marketing support, creating social graphics, creating your email newsletter, getting your guide for home buyers or relocation or upsizers ready to go. Transaction coordination. This is a big one. All of those deadlines that are within all of your deals and removing contingencies and getting inspections set up, all of that can be passed off to your VA and removed from your plate. Lead follow-up. You don't have to worry about constantly having to follow up with new leads or warm leads. Your VA can be on the back end taking care of all that for you. The key here is to identify repeatable tasks in your business that don't have to be personally done by you. Number 3 is where to find a great VA. All right, so now you know what tasks to delegate, but where do you find a great VA? I have a few recommendations. Number 1, and this is by far my favorite of these choices, is reaching out to agents you already know who have a virtual assistant. And if you don't know of anyone, popping into real estate agent Facebook groups and asking for recommendations. Chances are multiple agents have a VA that they absolutely adore and can recommend to you. Number 2 is going to online marketplaces like Upwork or Fiverr and then hiring from there. And number 3, there's even real estate specific VA services out there that you can contact as well. There's Sphere Rocket, there's Virtue Desk, and there's My Outdesk. Just remember, you get what you pay for, and not all VAs are created equal, so don't just go with the cheapest option. Hiring a VA is not an expense. It is an investment, and it will create more income in your business when you make the right hire. Number 4 is how to pick the right VA. Finding a VA is one thing. Hiring the right one is a completely different thing. You want to make sure that you are crystal clear on what it is that they're going to be doing. And that means an investment on your end by actually writing out the specific tasks that you want them to handle. Don't go vague here. You need to be very detailed in what it is you want them to do. If at all possible, you don't want to train someone from scratch, so look for someone that already has real estate experience. I wouldn't say that it should be eliminated if they don't, but you are going to have to invest more time into training them if they don't already have experience in the real estate industry. Monitor their communication. When you're reaching out to someone to set up an interview, see how responsive they are. Are they easy to work with? Are they communicating in a professional manner? I also like to give them a test drive, and by that I mean give them a small project and see how it goes before you commit to a long-term hire. And if they're going to be doing lead follow-up for you, I would encourage you to have them do a DISC assessment because you want to make sure their personality is matched with the job that they're going to be doing for you. Skipping these steps is what leads to bad hires, so take the time to do it right. Number 5 is onboarding and training your VA. So you've hired a VA, now what? A lot of agents make the mistake of hiring a VA and then not training them properly. And then when things don't go smoothly, they blame the VA. Don't do that. Set your VA up for success. Create standard operating procedures so that they can go through step by step and see how it is you want a task completed. Record videos of yourself explaining the task so that you build out a library for them and they can go back and watch the video as many times as they need to. Make sure that you're also having regular check-ins with them. Depending on what they're doing for you is going to dictate how frequently this needs to happen. It might be daily, it might be bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly. It really depends, and you're going to have to check in on that to see how frequently that needs to occur, but you have to sync up to make sure that you're on the same page. If mistakes are being made early on, make sure that you are correcting them. A VA is there to make your life easier, but if you're not pointing something out or letting them know you'd like it be done a different way, they're not going to know, and it's going to create frustration for you and for them. You've got to remember, hiring a VA is like hiring anyone else. If you invest in properly training them, they can make your life so much smoother. But if you expect them just to figure it out on their own and then you're not happy with how it turns out, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Number 6 is common mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, let's talk about some common mistakes that real estate agents make when hiring a VA. Number 1 mistake I see is not having a plan. I made this one myself. You have to have a clear list of tasks before you start this process. Number 2 is not properly training a VA. Even the most experienced VAs need to learn your way of doing things. Number 3 is communication. Your VA needs to know when and how to get a hold of you. And number 4 is not setting expectations. You have to set things up from day one so that they are clear on what tasks they're going to be doing and what is expected of them. If you avoid all of these mistakes, I promise you, your VA will be a success instead of a headache. So if you've been thinking about hiring a VA, I hope this gave you a solid roadmap. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, or you can find me on Instagram at Amanda S. Davidson. Until I see you on the next video, thanks for watching.